Hey guys, how's it going? It's Imperius here again, and in this video I'll be showing you guys my Demon Hunter build as well as my gear. So let's begin. Now, as you can see my gear, this is my gear. Um, it's pretty okay I guess. I'll just go over each piece and you guys can just pause the video if you want to take a closer look. Now, as you can see on my gloves I have fire damage, which helps a lot for the build. So be sure to pick up fire damage whenever you can. As well as my braces, I have fire damage on them as well. Entangling shot damage for my generator. And now my SOJ, I couldn't reroll the cold damage, which if that had been fire damage would have been very useful, but nonetheless it's still very good, especially with the increased damage against elites. 30% is the max roll, so yeah, pretty good. And next to that, my main hand, it's okay. So as my off 10. Resource cost reduction is very useful for this build because 9% that's of 40 would basically be about 3.8, about close to 4, and if you have like another 10% from your Paragon, you're gonna have at least 19%, which is about 8 hatred less, so it's really good. Now let's get into the skills. I'm using Entangling Shot. Justice is served for the extra hatred regen, increased hatred regen, very good. Next we have Cluster Arrow loaded for bears. This is the hardest hidden skill that Demon Hunters have, so definitely use this. As you can see, these two skills are fire damage, so they benefit from the extra fire damage on my gear. Next we have Smokescreen Healing Vapor, just for the extra life when you're low on life. Um, just a side note, all legendaries which cast a special effect based on a skill, for example, casting Smokescreen when I fall below 25% life, this takes into account your rune. So I'm gonna get the 15% life when it when it when it's triggered. Yeah. Next we have Vault with Tumble, just to get around. Speed is important. Demon Hunters have that huge advantage because they can just zip around. Next we have Companion with the Wolf. This is really good because it gives you a 30% increase in damage with a 30-second cooldown. So it has a downtime of about 20 seconds, so that's really good. Next we have Vengeance with Sieve. Now, this is really good. I use Sieve just for the extra hatred. You can use anything, but yeah, I use Sieve for the hatred. And yeah, all my passives, I'm using Tactical Advantage for the movement speed, Night Stalker for the discipline, Archery for the extra crit chance, and Hatred regen for my second crossbow. And thirdly, Call of the Week, because most of the mobs, sorry, excuse me, most of the creeps and mobs will be slowed because of Entangling Shot, so Call of the Week works really well. And right now I'll be showing you guys my Paragon point. What you want to do for your core stats is you want to put the core stats into areas where you lack. For example, I lack in movement speed, so I'm gonna put my points into movement speed. Also, maximum hatred is something that I feel is very undervalued. However, I feel it's very useful as well. So put into maximum hatred. If you don't like maximum hatred, put it into dexterity. You can't go wrong. And for your offense, you want to put it into crit chance, or whichever gives you the most DPS. Cooldown reduction is really good as well, but I prefer the raw DPS that I get from all these other stats. For defense, resistance gives you the most toughness for per point. So yeah, go into resistance unless you have very high resistance, then maybe something else would be better, but 90% of the time resistance is the best. For utility, you want to go resource cost reduction. This just makes the build a lot better. You can spam more cluster grenades, cluster arrows, sorry, as they cost less. And once you're done with this, you could go area damage or life on hit. I think Gold Find is the most useless one, but it's basically up to you. But the main priority is resource cost reduction. Now, let me just go through the final details on my gear. And when I'm when I'm farming like normal mobs, I use this ring, but only when I come across elites do I swap in the Stone of Jordan. So yeah, you could do the same. Um, as it is, I really have high discipline without the Stone of Jordan, so I don't really need it for the extra discipline. It's up to you. Um, but I prefer using the a normal ring to farm normal monsters because elemental damage does not just increase your DPS anymore. It only increases skills with the same element. Because in the past, if I had fire damage on this, my overall DPS would increase. However, it doesn't work that way because cold damage now only works with cold skills. So keep that in mind. And if you guys have learned something from this video, leave it in the comments. If you think I suck, leave it in the comments as well. It's up to you. And yeah, I'll be showing you guys some footage of me doing a rift just to show you that I can actually handle a rift, contrary to popular beliefs where people think that demon hunters suck. They're actually pretty damn good. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys soon.